Hello and welcome everybody who have tuned in to this American Dota with the joinDOTA League Season 2. It is Sneaky Nyx Assassin versus No Earth Spirit, an all-American affair pretty much. My name is Coucher and with me today for the first time is Hallmark. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
I think I can. If you can turn yourself up a little bit. If not, I'll just boost you up
I will
myself.
turn it up a little. Hold on.
Oh, well, okay, it got better now, so...
Yeah, I moved it a little bit more closer to my face.
Okay,
Alright.
so this is good.
This is good?
Yes, it is.
Alright, how are you doing today, my friend?
Oh man, it's nighttime for me. It's almost 3 a.m. for me already here, so...
3 a.m. Oh my god. We're like, it's like 8 o'clock here. I can still see the sun out.
Oh man, the sun has set long time ago. But hey,
You're gonna be seeing it rise, aren't you?
yeah, I am actually. I'm gonna cast until 9 a.m. or so probably, so... Fun times ahead. But what do you
Dota
actually
never
think of this upcoming matchup? Who will have the upper hand, you think?
The upper hand? Ah, man. Like, I have to favor Sneaky Nyx Assassins. I've watched them play. They did really well. Unfortunately, didn't do so well in the North American qualifiers. But still, I think like they have a stronger team in my opinion.
Well, I think most people would agree with you. Because, I mean, just the betting sites, oh man, it's just like 90+% in Sneaky Nyx Assassin's favor.
Yeah.
And can't say I'm too surprised here.
I mean, like, you pretty much have, like, former Team Liquid with, two other players here, right? So, like, Team Liquid was at one point one of the best teams in the world. Like, it is what it is. And, you look at these drafts, you got, like, you got the Treant starting up. I love Treant, but I think he's such a broken hero. Like,
he kind of is, man. That just a global heal coming out from the living armor and all.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like he's like anywhere on the map, you can literally just sit in the fountain and just spam your living armor.
Well, that's what he mostly does. Well, okay, I guess he tries to pull creeps or something, but not only that, I actually really like when the GM protectors go for the early point in Nature Skies as well, at least one
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, that's it's a value point. It's really good, especially like to save your carrion. Like early game, most supports aren't going to be carrying, dust. Like they're going to be trying to be getting sentries, and they'd rather de-ward than, pop it off randomly, hoping that they might get the kill.
Yeah, but actually so far, well, the Treant and the Luna were the picks for Sneaky Nyx Assassin, but no Earth Spirit. They took up the Invoker as well as the Rubik, and well, Rubik just an overall utility support, just good in pretty much any situation. I mean, even if you steal the worst possible spell almost, at least you still have one extra spell to your disposal. But
Yeah. And not to mention, so far he's got two great spells to steal. Actually, three. He's got Living Armor. He's got Overgrow. He has the Luna, the Eclipse if he can get it off. He's got the Lucent Beam. There's the first two picks. This is a Rubik player's wet dream.
oh yeah, man, Rubik is just such a fun hero to cast as well, and just watch him play. You can go for those massive plays that usually you won't see from just a random support hero. But the rest of the bans now, Darkseer as well as a Nyx Assassin taken out by No Earth Spirit, so targeting the offlaners at the moment already. Whereas Sneaky
Yeah.
Nyx Assassins, well, Chen and a Viper ban.
The Viper, I've been seeing Viper played quite a bit recently. He's actually a really strong hero. He's great mid against Invoker. Invoker literally gets destroyed by Viper. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a last ban TA because of the Invoker pickup. Like, Invoker's a really strong mid, but he does really poorly against like the agility-based mid heroes.
You mean, Invoker, you would think that he not dominates, but does well in most lanes, like you said as well. But indeed, Temper Assassin as well as the Viper just... It depends on, of course, just player skill as well as if the Invoker actually goes for either Exort or Vex. Exort has a bit better time in the lane in just getting the last hits, but Sneaky Nyx Assassin pick up a Nature's Prophet, and together with the Luna, that's already a lot of pushing power.
Yeah, this is not looking like a fun time for No Earth Spirit. Like, just the Rat Dota is strong in this one, especially with the Tree and Protector to heal up the towers. They're gonna, like, even with Invoker Forge Spirits, if he does go Quas Exord, and if he does get the Necronomicons, it's still not going to be fun pushing against him. Like, Invoker's going to need a lot of gear to be able to keep up with Nature's Prophet.
Eh, I just those kind of drafts you see them pretty damn often lately. It's kind of a selfish draft, if you will. It's like they want to push down towers, but they're not willing to give away any in return with the Dream
Yeah.
Protector.
Yeah, exactly. But like, how do you feel about Furion? Like, he's seeing a lot of play. Like, the one thing I'm really kind of hoping to avoid is TI4 to see a Furion every single game, especially in the hands of Bulldog or someone like that, right?
Oh man, I'm not sure if you will get your wish granted because that hero is just. I mean, okay, early game arguably doesn't bring that much to the table, but then again, especially if it should be a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, just having the Nature's Prophet TP in as the fourth hero, even if he doesn't have the Sprout or anything extra, just the right clicks from one more hero will already be enough, especially if there's a Lunar Blessing on your team.
Yeah.
And well, man, just the Rat Dota, being able to. Well, Rat Dota is actually one of the best things against pushing lineups as well because you just split push and maybe force the less experienced team to just come back a little bit earlier than they otherwise could have. And all Sneaky Assassin, they get a puck now as well, so they're actually gonna have a lot of mid-game fight now with this.
Yeah, they do have a really strong mid-game lineup. I mean, but I do like the Wraith King pickup. Like, I'm assuming it's a support Wraith King. You know, I don't really like the number one position Wraith King. I just don't think he's strong as a carry role. He requires a lot of farm to get online, and he's just much better as a support. Like him and Rubik, like if Rubik can steal a stun, like they're gonna be a roaming gang squad. Plus, you know, I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be a Quas Exort Invoker, right? So you're gonna be getting Sunstrikes galore all over the map, right? But yeah, we'll see what they pick up here for their fourth pick. Like so far, I'm hoping that it's a support Wraith King, not a carry Wraith King.
You know, I mean, I have to agree with what you said. I mean, the carry Wraith King, yeah, sometimes it just works out wonderfully. It has the built-in crit, of course, and whatnot, and the lifesteal. But just the mobility is such a huge issue for that hero. And you can effectively do the same exact job as a carry Wraith King does as a support one. Just get your blink in, Ray Fire Blast, and your job is done.
Yeah, exactly. But like the nice thing about Wraith King is if it does go late enough, which you know with the Nature's Prophet it's very possible, he does come online a little bit. He doesn't need that much. Oh, Tidehunter.
Well, I mean, that gives them some team fight of their own as well, of course. And well, with the Tidehunter they're going for the Ravage, especially if the Invoker is XR, just with the Chaos Meteor Deafening Blast follow-up. That can potentially blow up Sneaky Assassin, although Luna, I mean, just goes for a BKB anyway almost every single game.
Yeah, unless it's enemy playing, who he likes to go Mask of Madness.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love to see this Luna go for Mask of Madness against this
He,
Nowhere
he
Spirit
would
lineup.
he would get blown up, like just absolutely blown up.
Indeed, you would. But I mean, the Tidehunter, it's a pretty damn strong offlaner. Has been rising in popularity as well ever since 6.81 with the Anchor
Yeah,
Smash
with
change.
the Anchor Smash up, like that is just an amazing upgrade. Like it works on Ancients too, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. He's really strong.
That's like actually one of the biggest things. Him being able to just farm up the ancients now. Of course, the Kraken shell got changed a little bit as well. The threshold now lowers as you level it up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's decent. It's not the end of the world. Just the Anchor Smash, man. It's such a low mana cost. You can spam it out due to its low cooldown as well. It's so annoying to lane up against that. But Sneaking Assassin, wow, a Visage. It's not
They're-
something
they're-
I've seen for ages anymore.
they're going pure push. Like their lineup is just so like you know you can clear out creep waves with the puck orb. You know you got Furion's Nature's Guides, Luna's Glaives. This is going to be a really push lineup. They're going to try to finish this around 30 minutes or so. Like they just want to GG go next, right?
Yeah, it sure looks like it at the moment, but I like that they're not putting all their eggs in the push basket. It's just that Nature's Prophet as well as the Luna can definitely take it easily into the late game as well, especially the Luna, just the bouncing glaives, oh my god, just a nightmare. And well, I mean, Puck, late game wise, it's still a pretty nice hero. The Dream Coil will be nice every step of the way, usually builds for a Sheepstick as well, and late game, they have at least two Sheepstick carriers, the Nature's Prophet and the Puck, and even Visages tend to find the farm purely because they get those early kills with the Soul Assumptions.
Yeah.
So we might see 3 Sheepsticks potentially coming up as
Oh
wow.
yes, I love Slark. He is one of my favorite heroes.
Oh man. Well, it's definitely aggressive enough and this means that Wraith King will indeed be a support one unless they are trying to run some weird dual lanes or something.
Yeah.
And well, the Slark is pretty decent against what Sneaky Nyx Assassin has to offer as well. And just getting up close, shadow dancing up the Dark Pact, maybe not as helpful because there's actually no proper like single target lockdown to shrug off like lassos or Wraithfire Blast themselves.
Yeah. You're right. Like really, the lockdown that they have is Visage stuns and Luna, and like if you want to pop a tree and ulti and a puck ulti. But yeah, you're right. This is gonna be a really good game for Slark.
Yeah, it definitely should be. If Sneaky Nyx Assassins though, I mean, the Slark, I really like the hero, especially when it's up against the Tree and Protector as well, because the Death Pact, or Dark Pact rather. Yeah, Dark Pact.
Dark Pact, yeah.
Yeah, it takes care of the Living Armor charges really easily.
Yeah, it does, especially since like the way the Dark Pact works is it kind of it does like multiple like bits of damage every time like he jumps and he does the I'm drawing a blank here, I don't know what it's called, like the actual animation itself.
Yeah,
so
it's like damage over time kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
But to introduce the lineups fast, I'll start with Ban Nerf Spirit, or no Nerf Spirit rather, with a standing Glacius to play the Rubik, Narnia on the Wraith King with, oh, we might see an early fight.
Oh.
Fan of Soyan, he's on the Slark to finish up the tri-lane, and well, Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they are being sneaky indeed. They have this Observer Ward down as well, but it's on the lane, so unfortunately they don't actually know that no Nerf Spirit is roaming around like this at the moment, although, oh, Slark, don't run off alone there. He gets seen, but can they get the initiation? I mean, we were talking about then not having the proper lockdown, and I mean, what are they going to initiate with? Just leech seed from the tree?
Leech seed, yeah, that's about it. Like just to slow him down. But you're right. It looks like there's nothing. But yeah, I'll introduce Sneaky Nyx Assassins real quick. We have IX Mike here playing the Nature's Prophet. We have Mid, the SNA, playing Puck. On the Tree and Protector, we have Lust. And here on the Visage, we have Fluff and Stuff. And on the carry, we have SN playing the Luna.
Man, everybody's just playing with stand-ins constantly. What gives? But oh, mid lane, Glacius has the Invis rune.
He's got a lift up.
Well, it's the one issue with the Invoker is that, well, early on, no spells, no nothing, and he actually put a point in Quas, so do you think it might be Quas Vex? Oh, the pounce up onto Fluff and Stuff, Wraithfire Blast to follow, they really want to go for the first blood. I'm not too sure the aggression was worth it, and well, Soul Assumption, Slark has to back off of Fluff and Stuff.
I think
oh,
he's
one more Wraithfire Blast, but he doesn't have mana.
Oh.
Oh man, such a shame, but just that's the one downside of the Wraith King. I mean, early on, you need to get that clarity going before you can pop the secondary one. Oh, Glacius comes in telekinesis, easy first blood pounce to get the kill. And another Wraithfire Blaster just harassing Luna, but the pounce was used. Oh man, this a nice start for No Nerf Spirit, and Rubik, he just waited it out with the Invis rune, came to bottom lane, and I think Nyx Assassins, they thought they'd be safe because of this Observer Ward here spotting out the bottom rune side, but they had no idea that it was actually an Invis top. But now Lust, oh, he wants to go for the courier kill. Oh, sneaky plays. And actually Tree and Protector, if I'm not correct, is the only hero in this game who can one-hit a courier, a walking one.
Because he's got ridiculous base damage. He's got 85 base damage. So yeah, you're right, actually. He is one of the only people that can do it. Same with Spirit Breaker too, right? I think he's one of the... No. Spirit Breaker 2 shots the career, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a nice thing to think of. But Invokers, they're not usually heroes who rush the bottle or get a bottle at all, almost. So he might be standing there for a long, long while. But if he actually does get the kill, that's always worth it because it just gives you so much global gold.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. He is going for the Quas Wex.
Oh man,
it's not
what
a bad
do you
idea.
think of that against the lineup of Nyx Assassins?
Well, they don't have that large of a mana pool, right? Like you look at Luna, you look at Puck, you look at Furion, like they have really low mana pools, so the EMP is really gonna mess with their ability to do team fights. So unless they're pushing,
Oh, Last is coming in, boost of speed, one right click, the courier goes down. 150 gold to everybody.
Was the courier holding anything?
It was boost of speed for the Invoker. So, I mean, not the worst case. Invoker can definitely just stay on the lane with the Quas region, but bottom lane, they wanted to go in, couldn't get in range for the telekinesis. But I mean, Invoker, I think he's probably one of the heroes best equipped to deal with the courier kill, because he doesn't have to bottle crow, he doesn't have to have the bottle at all. So I mean, yeah, boost of speed would have been nice, but it's not the end of the world for him, because he's not going for room control anyway, mostly.
Yeah, like he's 5 for 1 in this lane against the 14 for 6 puck. I mean, he's gonna lose this lane regardless. He just needs to get the really quick levels, get a couple points in Quas, and get about 3 or 4 in Wex, and he can just start roaming and ganking. He's honestly, it's race car Invoker once his Wex is maxed out.
Oh man, he's so far behind already. 3.5 minutes in. Well, 8 and 1 now, and of course, that's the downside of starting with Quas Vex. No extra damage for you. He had a null talisman to help him out a little bit, but it only gets you so far. And well, I mean, the puck just completely dominating. All the puck has really nice base damage to begin with, plus has a null talisman of his own. And all the attack animation is pretty good as well. So SNA overall maybe slightly outplaying Ifrit, but I think Ifrit played a little bit conservative because the Treant Protector was missing for so long.
Yeah. Oh, mid lane.
Oh my god, the tornado! It's gonna be off
tornado.
target. With the tornado, I'm not sure if it would have been enough, but it very well might have an Invoker. I mean, just with the Quas, 3 points in it already. The Cold Snap does a lot, as well as, of course, 10 health regen per second, man.
And there's a living armor on the puck. Like, he's already back to full health almost.
Oh, that's cheating. it's not a true 1v1, man. Where's your man mode?
Yeah, be a man.
Do the right thing. But
Furion's loving his lane. Like, he's up there, 23 before top of the CS.
Oh,
charge,
bottom lane, Rubik, he gets taken out immediately, but there's a stun on Fluff and stuff. Bounce to follow. Nature's Prophet TP's in though, it's a 3-for-2 still. Slark has to back off. The Wrath of Nature bounces around as well with the Lucent Beam to get the kill. Or rather, IX Mike, he got it with the last right click, but man, just getting that early level 6 just before 5 minutes actually, that is early indeed. But mid lane now, Ifrit might go down as well. SNA going in with the right clicks. No Ghost Walk, no Invoke for it, and Illusion Orb. Oh man, but Great Fire Blast, no Phase Shift, and now Slark Pounce connects, so...
He's probably gonna die here.
Oh, the Phase Shift?
Oh,
yeah, just delays it out.
He tried the jukes.
Oh, IX Mike, why did you come in, man? Oh, thank god that Narnia didn't have enough for the Great Fire Blast. That would have been another easy kill for No Earth Spirit.
Yeah, despite what the Dota Lounge says, Ban Earth Spirit is actually, you know, they're holding their own. Like they have a really strong early game lineup with all the stuns, right? Come level 6, they're gonna be able to take on Sleeky Nix assassins easier until the rats start coming out to play. They're pinging out bottom.
Yeah, they were pinging on Treant Protector, him just eating through the trees, and Glacius actually noticed that as well. And oh, one thing I didn't even check before is that fan of Soyeon, no idea. He actually has a Quelling Blade, and yeah, of course it makes you have an easier time last hitting, but it's probably mostly just to make sure you don't get sprouted up by the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Slark has some pretty okay base damage to begin with. As it is, he's got a nice escape. He doesn't really need the Quelling Blade, but yeah, definitely, if he gets sprouted out there, like, you know, his team really can't help him.
Oh man, I'm still not too sure what to think of this Quas Vex Invoker. It's just Exort, especially with the setup stuns that you have, the Pounce, Stray Fire Blast, and Telekinesis, it's...
But I guess he's kind of hoping, like, come teamfight time, that lack of mana is going to help them win.
Well, it might, and well, there's some rotations coming up of Fluff and stuff. He's just sitting under an Observer Ward. He thought that by 6.5 minutes in, maybe the Observer Wards would have expired already, but that's not the case. He actually places down an Observer Ward of his own, but there's the tornado. It just ends before he catches Visage.
And here comes the living armor again.
Oh man, that spell is just so ridiculous. It's level 2, so it doesn't block that much and doesn't have as many instances yet.
Well, like when living armor before it was nerfed, I think it started off with 7 instances. Like,
yeah, it is.
At level 1.
Oh, they find the kill last. He has the Nature Skies though, and there's no detection. And well, we were talking about in the draft, just value point there.
It is. It's a great point. I actually love playing Nature's Nature's Prophet Tree and Protector just because he's
Oh,
not many people are
top
willing to
lane,
get that.
might see a kill on Tidehunter. They're going the Grave Chill East Harrison. He has the Eclipse. Oh, Wrath of Nature TP out.
Oh,
No,
he's
not
done.
successful. And you can't TP against the Luna, who has a stun on a 6-second cooldown only. Well, a mini stun, but just to interrupt the TP, it will be enough.
That's more than enough. They have 3 bot. I think they're gonna try to go on this tree. No, his spidey senses are tingling. He backed off.
Do you think that no Earth Spirit should be just looking towards to maybe push down the tower, which at the moment looks like what they are doing as well? And I mean, they have to stop them somehow. Oh, the Pounce connects long range, but another Nature
TP
Skies.
support coming in.
Oh, another
the
Dream
Dream
Coil
Coil.
onto 2. The Waning Rift onto 2 as well. The Ray Fire Blast, he goes down before he does much of anything else. Didn't even get the Illusory Orb off there.
And again, the tree, just the 1 point in Nature's Skies. He lives.
Oh, that was so clutch. I mean, he activated it immediately after the Pounce came out, and really nice reactions by him as well. And now Slark, he's actually pretty low on mana. Barely has enough for 1 Pounce if he just switches it to Interest, but oh, Murkix with Narnia. Looks like they want to make something happen top laner. Well, so does Nyx Assassins, because they're going for the push. Ajax Mike has rotated him.
He's got Ravage up. But doesn't look like they're coming in to help.
Oh, but the Eclipse is there,
Oh,
they had
the
vision.
Eclipse.
Oh my god, the Lucent Beam, the last right clicks, long range, soul assumption,
Oh,
maybe. Oh, the Grave Chill onto Narnia. Narnia, he should be falling for sure. No mana on Wrath of Nature once again, but oh, Tidehunter runs to his death. What the hell was he thinking there? Wrath of Nature, soul assumption, man.
It didn't happen. He tried to get Ravage off.
That was such misplaced, but now Fluff and stuff, living armor on him. They're just going to take the tower. Ajax Mike gets the last hit. Rubik tried to deny it, and Ifrit even rotating in on the Invoker, but just a bit too late. EMP Tornado is really good against pushes, but if he's not there, what does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was Tidehunter doing.
I think he did not think of the Nature's Prophet Wrath of Nature just bouncing around and almost killing him off immediately. Although, man, just Wrath of Nature plus a level 3 soul assumption. Oh, that is a ton of damage, and Visage, he's off to a good start, but Ajax Mike, 10 minutes in, he has a Hand of Midas, face boots, and only a recipe away from the mech.
I just noticed that Raid Knight picked up a smoke at his seat, so keep your eye on him. They might be smoking up soon and trying to go for a gank or a wraparound here, maybe.
Well, I think they just have to start making something happen, because this Invoker's farm, it's lackluster. I mean, he's going for trades by the looks of it, unless, well, I think it's Orchid instead with the Robe of Magi, but can go for either one, I guess. But still, he doesn't have that much farm. Thank God that the Slark has those skills and the farm that he does. Otherwise, they would be royally
he almost
screwed.
is a blink dagger. He has the goal for it. I assume he's going to be picking it up soon.
It would be a really nice pickup just to get the Blink initiation, because oh, they do find Fluff and stuff. They need the Ray Fire Blast. Can't actually get in range. Narnia, he gets vision, but oh, he gets fogged out. No Grave Chill though, and Visage. Well, I think he's going down even with the living armor, but the familiar stuns the Wrath of Nature Dream Coil. That turnaround, and now Tidehunter gets the Ravage off.
the
Actually
Ravage,
hits
there
two.
it is.
Oh man, Fluff and stuff still alive. Another Ray Fire Blast, Anchor Smash. They finally get the kill, but they're gonna lose 2. Make
They
it
might
3
lose
now.
3 right here.
Oh
it's-
man.
Here comes the Invoker. But nothing. Puck phase shifts the EMP.
This was just as horrible as possibly could be for Sneaky Nyx Assassin, or for Ban Earth Spirit.
On the plus side, they did take bottom.
Well, I guess it's somewhat of a trade, and that's 3k gold for Slark, and well,
What is he gonna get though with 3k gold? I don't know. He
It's-
didn't pick up the blink
is
dagger.
it going to be straight up Shadow Blade in this game? I wouldn't be the biggest fan of that. The Blink just gives you that better initiation. Sure, the Shadow Blade works perfectly with your ultimate, but
I always prefer the blink dagger. Just the mobility of this team would be amazing. Blink dagger, Slark, blink dagger, or Wex, Invoker. They're just gonna be race cars, impossible to catch.
when they should be looking towards to actually exploit the lack of stuns or disables from the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassin, which of course so far they haven't been doing all that much, and Sneaky Nyx Assassins looks like they maybe want to make something happen mid, but they're up against 5 heroes pretty much as well. Slark, he's a little bit farther away, but with the double damage rune,
He's
he
gonna
wants to
DV
come in
rune,
from the
though.
side. Oh man. But Centaur scouts it out, and Nothing comes of that. But oh, they go in mid lane. The Vex, it's not there.
Nothing.
EMP misses again. But the
Oh,
Pounce does connect.
Slark
Breath
with
of
the
Nature
bounce.
to bounce around.
Oh,
Gush to get the
kind of
kill.
did
Oh,
classic.
that was beautiful. But the Dream Coil onto 2. Familiar stance onto 2 as well. Narnia drops low. He has the reincarnation this time around. Ix Mike is stunned the right click. But the mech, the early mech Pounce catches Fluff and stuff. But a double kill for him. Oh man, a nice overgrowth onto 3 as well with the leech. Just healing them all up. Loosen him to get yet
triple
another kill. And they're just
Is he gonna
falling.
get an ultra kill? Oh no.
That
Hayek's or Fluff and stuff is just going ham.
he's just taking it like a man. He's like, yeah, sure.
So Slark picked up a Maelstrom. How do you feel about that?
That's peculiar to say the least for me. I have not seen a Maelstrom pick up on a Slark. But Slark does have a pretty decently fast attack animation anyway. And do they feel pressured a little bit just to push out the lanes? Because they don't have the best lane clear. So the Maelstrom turned into a Mjolnir might help. Plus just pushing out the other lanes to counteract the Nature's Prophet a little bit maybe.
Oh, here comes, there's a smoke and they're gonna head down mid.
Oh, that's such a liquid move. Get Roshan Smoke. And I think that's one of the most brilliant things to do, especially as Last now. He nature skies himself up as well. So even if the smoke breaks, he will still be under the effects of the invis.
Oh, did they see them?
Oh, the Tornado EMP mid lane will catch actually the Luna. He's low on mana. The Gush came out. They have the Ravage as well and Glacius. Well, he stole the Nature's Call. Can maybe push on their own. Backlines. Well, no familiars were destroyed either. So nothing real happening as SNA just going for the regeneration rune. He needs it pretty badly as well at the moment. And familiar. Oh, the stun and fluff and stuff. They get the kill. The
that's gonna be
Pounce.
a lot of gold.
Oh.
That's
But the
a lot of
overgrowth
gold.
comes out. I think they're gonna feed away this as well. There's the dust. They finally have it. And last, he is gonna fall just ganked
He
by
is
5
down as
people.
well, there it is.
Oh man, well the Wrath of Nature did come out a little bit too late, and Sneaking Assassins, they felt a little bit too greedy there. They thought that they maybe had a better advantage than they actually did.
There now comes a smoke from the Banner Spirit. They may run into... Oh, does the Visage Familiars, does that break smoke or no?
No, they do not. Thank God for that. Oh my God, how annoying
That-
would that be? But Ix Mike, he's in huge heaps of trouble and work
He has
comes
no
in.
escape.
Oh man, there's the guys really popped the Ravage. The Ravage, no, they let him escape.
Oh, it's following him.
Oh, do you think it would have been worth it to pop the Ravage? I certainly
I
do.
think so. They need kills. They're down about... They're down 7k gold and they're down about 7k EXP. So, yeah, I would have done it.
I mean, it's not likely that they will actually get a fight before the Ravage would have come off cooldown anyway. Plus, Ix Mike
Oh,
is
he had
level
mana
11.
for
That
it.
would have been a lot
Oh,
of XP.
He had wand charges. He could have popped his wand charges and then mana for it, but I don't know why he didn't do it.
Oh man, that I can call it a small plunder by them. It's not like they lost anything, but well, they kind of did, because that kill, it was theirs to take. But now Slark, he's aggressive on the bottom lane, but can he actually do so? TPs are coming in, the tower is dropping low. Maybe they can use this Ravage now. Wraith King wants to get the angle on the Wraith Fiber. Goes for Ix Mike, he has the mech of course. He's pretty damn tacky. There's a Dream Coil on to free the
Oh,
Pounce,
and
misses,
the
but the
Ravage.
Ravage, it does come out.
Three-man Ravage.
Oh, that 3-man silence with the overgrowth on top. Illusion up to fly through all of them, and now Fluff and stuff makes it to the party, make it 2 down. And old Slark, he's on the run. He can maybe escape,
And
but the Shadow
Top
Dance
is
on
falling as
cooldown.
well. Look at Luna. She's just... That was without Luna as well. No Eclipse, nothing. Luna is just free farming top.
Oh, they're gonna kill off the Slark now. Familiar stuns, Illusion up, triple kill.
Kill.
God damn. And well, top lane,
Luna's
like you
going on
said.
the tier 3s. This could be a 25-minute GG.
Oh man, this is looking grim.
Oh, here
the
comes the
TP's
TP support.
finally
And she
come
still
back.
has the Aegis as well.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my God. They just have it all for them at the moment. What's
Oh,
to actually
Rubik's
stop
dead.
them now, man?
Rubik's dead. Yeah, that's a dead Rubik.
Oh God. They're just going for them one after another now. Narnia comes back in, no reincarnation for another 20 seconds. Doesn't get the stun on SNA as he just TPs out. And well, what can Earth Spirit actually do to stop Nyx Assassins from just killing them off as Luna? Well, he's stealing enemy engines now.
I don't think there's much that they can do. Like if they turtle, they can't deal with the split push coming from Luna and from Furion, and like let alone the
pounce onto Luna. They might get the kill. Dark Pact as well. He will get it.
Oh,
Oh no, he won't.
no, with the living armor.
Oh man. I thought like, okay, that's gonna be a kill, but well, there was an Aegis anyway, so Luna was not afraid to just stand and man fight there. And well, that living armor once again proves how strong that spell is. This,
And now Luna's gonna go clear off their ancients. Oh, look at that stack for her.
I mean, was it a I think it was at least a triple stack for the Radiant side as well.
It was, you're right, yeah.
Oh my god. Dear Luna,
Like the
10.6k net worth.
10k net worth at 17 minutes in. That is just ridiculous.
Oh man, and so is the lead. I mean, 12k gold, 11k XP, and Glacier as well. He steals himself the Waning Rift, but I think the Ruby can't even get close enough to use it properly.
Yeah, Rubik needs some sort of initiation. Like, he's not getting a Blink Dagger any soon. He is a very, very poor support. Only 2k net worth. And like the Invoker, he is going for an Orchid, but like, there's not much you're gonna do. I really think that the Quas Wax was a bad choice.
Yeah, so far it hasn't done anything at all, and well, Nyx, they
Like-
of course have the mech from before, and Fluff and stuff. He's actually 150 gold away from getting a pipe finished for their team. So I mean, even if the Ravage comes out, yeah, sure, you don't have the BKB to stop the
there's
stun.
the
Oh
overgrowth.
god, that was a mistake maybe, but the Waning Rift comes out onto 2. They get the silence onto Puck, but the Puck just doesn't take any damage. Nature's Skies as well. They can't follow up. Narnia already wrote. There's the Ravage though. Catches the Luna, but he has the Aegis. Why are you focusing on him? He's just gonna come back. Slark goes down, and they can't win the fight anymore. They just lack the damage. Soulless Option will get the kill on Ifrit as well, and they're gonna get the Tide after now that there's no Ravage. But he can't do much of anything. And yet another kill for Fluff and stuff.
Fluff and stuff is playing out of it. There it is.
Oh man.
There's the GG call.
That was a letdown. I mean, 90 minutes. It started out pretty decently for No Earth Spirit, but Nyx Assassin just, with the type of lineup they had, just started fighting as well as taking tower after tower. And well, I mean, Fluff and stuff, he was the one getting them so many early kills with his Soul Assumption.
MVP of the game, easily. 9 kills. Carry Visage.
Oh, I mean, they just overall really well performed by the entire team of Sneaky Nyx Assassins. Even with a few stand-ins, just showing why they were the favorites for this game.
Yeah, they played. They had the stronger draft, I think. Like the push, the Treant. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a first ban Treant Protector next game, just because he's a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And well, this is a 2-game series. No Earthspirits definitely will try to come back in game number 2. But well, I guess this is it for us for game number 1. Just a few songs as we wait for game number 2 to start.
Alrighty, we'll see you soon.